Hello and welcome to the C-Suite at the Open video series with TMX Group. My name is Omar Kafagi, a client success specialist based in Toronto, and I'm happy to be joined today by Andrew White, the CEO of CHAR Technologies. Welcome, Andrew. I'm glad that you're able to join us today.
Thanks. My pleasure to virtually be here.
Nice. So Andrew, why don't you start things off by telling us a little more about CHAR Technologies and what you do?
Sure. So CHAR Technologies is a clean tech development and services company. So our services are provided by our consulting group, which brings over 35 years of expertise in environmental engineering with a focus on industrial resource efficiency and environmental compliance. Our technology group brings innovative clean tech solutions for industrial clean air, clean water, and organic waste reduction, as well as renewable energy generation. So a great example of our innovative solutions is our pyrolysis technology, where we can take tough materials like sewage sludge and turn them into both renewable energy and biocarbons. And now biocarbons are things like biocoal that can help large industrial users switch to a greenhouse gas neutral coal replacement that we call clean fire, or they can be activated carbon replacements for industrial filtration use, which we would call sulfur-char.
Now, Andrew, given the environment that we're in right now with COVID-19, I know that many companies and many businesses have been impacted by the current situation. How has CHAR Technologies been impacted by this, and what did you do to adapt to the current environment?
Yeah, so COVID-19 has, of course, required companies to adapt to a new way of working, and CHAR is no different. Fortunately, we've seamlessly moved to a remote work environment thanks to the investments we've made previously in our infrastructure and our corporate culture, which really encourages some remote work opportunities. Now, of course, we can't visit many clients in person, and this may cause some small delays in some of our larger projects, but we continue to maintain a sustainable baseline of consulting work, and we continue to deliver on our clean tech solutions, including a reverse osmosis plant that was delivered this month on time and on budget to a food and beverage client, and our ongoing biocoal development work with the FASCO.
Fantastic. And when you're speaking with investors, how would you describe to them why CHAR Technologies is an attractive investment proposition?
I would say, as an attractive investment opportunity, last year CHAR saw over 50% revenue growth, and we're on track to see similar growth again this year. Through our ongoing services, we continue to build credibility with major blue chip corporations, for which we'll be able to deploy our clean tech solutions. We continue to develop clean technologies solving real and emerging challenges, and we expect to start deploying these larger projects in the near future. And as we develop these larger projects, we expect to see an ongoing service component, which will really help augment our already growing baseline of recurring consulting services revenue.
Great. And CHAR Technologies you've been listed on the TSX Venture since 2016 as a qualifying transaction. How has the TSX Venture played a role in the growth of your business, and what does that listing mean to your company?
Yeah, so a TSXB listing has historically been a great avenue for CHAR to raise capital, and we expect that to continue to be the case after the current COVID situation has passed. With this really, excellent avenue for raising capital, we've been able to be very conservative with our leverage position, which currently sits at 0, and that has really allowed us to minimize our risk exposure, in particular in the uncertain times that we're facing right now. And a TSXV listing also gives CHAR some profile and visibility. It allows us to build enhanced employee compensation through stock options, and really provides an additional form of currency for future M&A activity.
Now, finally, Andrew, I always like to end my interviews by asking a fun question. So given that we're all spending a little more time at home and we have a bit of spare time to pick something up that we've always wanted to do, is there something specific that you've picked up over the past maybe couple of months that you haven't had the chance or time to do previously?
Yeah, well, there's a couple things I want to talk about. First is of course on the team side, and working remotely has obviously necessitated this physical distancing. But the CHAR team, we work to maintain our social cohesion. So by that, I mean, we now get together virtually for a weekly happy hour. And that gives us a nice casual forum to brainstorm new clean tech applications for the current situation, as well as where the opportunities might be as the lockdown begins to lift. Now, as part of that, we're holding competitions like who has the best home office setup. Unfortunately, I lost that competition. But I've also personally joined the Peloton cult, which is a great balance to the scratch-made pasta we're starting to make at home now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, Andrew, thank you very much for being with us today, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you in person when everything is back to normal.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure. Omar, thanks for having me.